I'm not the most like formal guy. I like a good chill vibe, you know? Like everybody to feel at home. And then y'all already know, I'm very excited and passionate about this lifestyle. So we have a little outline, just to give you a heads up what today is gonna how it's gonna flow. And I want to thank a bunch of people, including every single one of you, for just taking your health and wellness more seriously. There's a lot of people who are waiting, and I understand that we're conditioned to wait. They're used to waiting for the crisis before they make some changes in their life, and we all have had signs from our body talking to us, at different points. And I'm just grateful for everybody who listens when the body talks to us and don't just ignore it and go the traditional way with the pills and whatnot. But before I get into anything, welcome. Give yourselves a round of applause for what the heck do you know? Let's go. I'm Alkaline Zen. I'm an herbalist from Brooklyn. Hosting an event in my hometown always brings me so much joy. Shout out to Juju and the Root Essential for allowing us this divine, beautiful space. I want to give it up for that today, and everybody in the community who has supported, to allow us to get to this point of just spreading the truth and giving access to more rare alkaline electric tools. Of course, Dr. Sabi did inspire me tremendously in my journey, and he's the reason I would say most of us found out about a lot of alkaline benefits. So I always have to shout out Sensei immediately and give, honor the ancestors. And of course, with the amount of work, the one-of-a-kind mission that he went on, I have to always acknowledge it. And, right after that, my brothers, Victor Bowman, his son, has also done a lot of tremendous work in the community. And my good brother with us today, Alkaline Regado. He's another very strong, passionate herbalist. We all care about nature, the people, doing better for ourselves with our health and sharing our journey. You can watch any one of our stories and see some good eats on a weekly basis. So if you're not following us both, definitely check it out. His alkaline pizza, people still asking him to sell them some, okay? So you definitely don't want to tune in. But we're going to start with a little energy work. Because everything is intentional and everything is energy, and alkaline has a lot of benefits, which I'm going to get into shortly. Energy being, I would think, like the main backbone, the spine of it. It's electric, right? We always talk about electrifying your life. So we have some divine electric tonic shots for us to start this divine event off with. Make sure everybody's awake. And we should condition ourselves to really drink our herbs, drink our tonics on a regular basis. Wouldn't it be nice if it was normal, instead of like you go somewhere and people have soda all the time, they have some tea shots for you and some ginger shot, and different things to let people really feel the benefits on a regular basis. So we're gonna come around with some trays for you. Okay, you're at home. We got some full service action going on today, and then we're gonna have an opening piece I'm going to get into, on a couple of things related to alkaline foundation, and we'll get a little bit more advanced on the topics as well too. And that opening piece probably be about 20 or so, while we let the food heat up and get nice and toasty for us. And then when we do a little intermission, we're going to check out, some rare exotic tools that some people may have heard about. Maybe you have heard about stingless bee honey before. Okay, about half, that's cool. I'm always excited when our people are doing their research too, and it's a really exciting tool. There's a tiny bee we're gonna get into, and there's a range of products from the hive of this alkaline bee that doesn't originate here in the States that we're gonna introduce and talk a little bit about, as well as some herbs, which we love the herbs, right? We're going to talk about some herbs, and of course we're going to talk about the body in different ways as well too, guys, today. So get excited. All right, let's go. And I will ask to write down your questions. We're also very intentional, so we have some notebooks. Of course, we all have a cell phone. We could all record or do notes on our phone, but it's something about when you write things down that things start to work a little bit different, if you know what I mean, right? Okay, so I'm going to pass out some notebooks.
Yes, courtesy of Brew Essentials.
Courtesy
Yes.
of Peru Essentials.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm so grateful because, again, the hospitality is top tier here, guys.
Yeah.
No, he came ready.
You came prepared.
Okay, all three came ready. Yeah, I'm playing. I'm playing. I see you. Yeah.
Have a good day.
She's shouting out my outline boys too, man. Yes. So there's 2 shots for everybody. Okay. I'll let my brother. So we have 2 shots. Yeah. First of all, shout out to Alba Shy, volunteering for the team,
Yes.
showing a lot of love to Alba boys. Thank you so much. There's always, great people behind the scenes showing a lot of love and supporting and making these events happen that I'm grateful for. And my brother Alban Brown is going to tell us a little bit about these shots that we got for you guys.
So we got 2 shots. You'll see one is a little lighter, a little bit more lighter in color, and then the other one is a little darker. So the lighter one, this is an iron shot. This is going to help purify the blood, circulate the blood, bring oxygen to the blood to the brain, help with inflammation, anemia, things like that. And then the darker one is a heavy metal detox. This is a tonic. It's made to help bring oxygen to the brain, help cleanse the liver, exfoliate, help with gut issues. So that one's going to be a little bit more bitter, but that's the stuff that's good pretty good. So always gotta have it good.
Which one we take first?
Whichever one you like.
Okay, whichever one they both great and together,
The lighter one says an iron tonic. So that's going to help purify the blood, boost your iron levels, help with inflammation, circulation, energy.
No, they're interchangeable. This is the other one. And then I'm gonna take mine. Thank you so much, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mind if you're ready 3 years back, but we're gonna do a little group. Yeah, I know he was ready. He was ready. That's fine, bro. I love it. I'm glad that he was excited to get right on it. All right. Let's go. So I'm gonna light it one first.
Yeah, let's just go.
I'm gonna light it one. Yeah. What the hell?
What the hell?
So good.
That was nice.
The tonic one's the iron one's not too
My
bitter.
iron one is a little sweeter, but this
Yes,
one's good.
a little sweeter. Yeah.
The bitter one is the next one.
And then the darker one is the bitter guy. Let's go.
The heavy metals. Two different notes, but
Y'all are used to this? Like, the taste is like very specific to adjust to the
I'm getting used to it. It's
And
really
this
been
is more bitter than this.
Yes, this it gets much better, get a bit more intense.
But this is like where you want to be.
Yes.
you can still take it down. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yup. There's something
It's
else.
better, the more bitter, the better it is. I'm telling you.
You notice you feel more weight.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You feel
And
it.
feel free, the restroom is, we don't judge it here. We already know what it is, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I already did. And because I know that your mouth right now is like,
Better take.
I'm gonna give y'all some water. I know y'all got that hour. Okay.
Yeah, I told y'all that it goes out.
Okay, now put it
What is going on? Okay, here we go, that's better. Okay, so, as I said, a lot of people are new to the alkaline lifestyle and they don't really know what alkaline is about and what it means. So in a breath, I'm going to go from the more common understandings to the less discussed benefits and properties of alkaline. We're going to again cover several segments, and if anybody ever has any questions about anything, at the end, we're definitely going to do an opening segment where everybody can talk. So, if you have anything, just try to let me flow through, and then we can, get into some questions after, okay, guys? But I definitely got you. We'll make sure we get to everybody's in, okay? So, alkaline is known about the pH, right? pH balance is something different when it comes to your internal pH versus the pH of actual foods. But that's not the main, really, in essence, that's not the main focus. The components that make up alkaline foods are foods that are wild harvested, original, come from the earth. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Just like we are, electric and made up of the same minerals that the earth is, okay? And it's all a beautiful synergy. However, there's also oxygen. For alkaline, when we talk about alkaline in the body, it's almost synonymous with oxygenating the blood, oxygenating the body. And we talk about how the root cause of all disease is mucus because of acidic foods. But although that isn't inaccurate, to be a little bit more specific, the mucus is what causes the deprivation of oxygen. And that's what really is the root cause of disease. A lot of cancers and a lot of diseases that, what Western medicine is baffled by is literally reversed with cleansing the body through fasting and flooding the body with oxygen, Okay, that's why Dr. Sadie talked often about how a person gets bed sores because they're not being moved for so long, and that segment of the body is deprived of oxygen. That's why the sores develop in that zone. And a lot of different things you can see when people have sweaty feet and they're not breathing. We tend to get fungus and athlete's foot and all types of things. So the deprivation of oxygen is how things accelerate very quickly. Also, germs, virus, and bacteria. A very important topic because Western medicine tells you that you can get sick by catching a cold. You can get sick by being around the wrong person. That's what they would have us believe. But there is a whole majority of the world and of the people who ever walked the earth that actually subscribe to a different ideology. Instead of germ theory, they subscribe to terrain theory. And if the terrain becomes compromised and your body is not functioning the way it's supposed to because it's not being cleansed, that's what actually makes us susceptible to diseases. Because the truth is, everything they call a germ, virus, and bacteria, based off their own science, is already present within our own bodies. Okay? That's something that I think they give us the runaround, and we forget the parts that they told us in the foundation by the time they bring us back around. Why are you inoculating me for something to expose me to it so I can build up an immune response in my system when everything lives within us already, unless it's a biological weapon, something that is chemically altered and used in a lab, right? So this is, some of the foundation of germ versus terrain theory, and that's why, we've had a lot of people talk about how you can even be exposed to several different types of illnesses and not react. What's the difference that somebody gets sick and ends up in the hospital, maybe even, on a ventilator, versus somebody else who had the same exact exposure, but they didn't skip a beat? It's the shape and condition of their terrain, what they've been doing with the body up until that point. And that's why there is no treatment on the planet that is ever going to be half as effective as a preventative lifestyle, right? Okay, guys, so taking advantage of alkaline is very important. And the energy that we use and the intention that we use goes much, much further than just on the plate. A lot of people don't know that your cells hear your thoughts. And that's where healing really begins. All right? In our thoughts, our patterns, our habits. A lot of people say, Zen, I'm tired. I'm lethargic. I got energy issues. I'll be like, what time do you go to sleep? They're like, oh. We don't do a lot of the basic things, and we want to be healthy. But health is a journey, not a destination. It's something you're always striving at being better at everything, really. Balance, hydration, rest, nutrition, exercise, right? It's all these things. Getting out in nature and channeling that energy, okay? We talk about how it can be more difficult to heal in certain environments. The person, the people, places, and things around us directly impact our health every day. And even when you're eating extremely well, stress is doing damage to the best of us. So being intentional with your breath and your stretch as soon as you start the day is so important. So I would like for everybody to just stand up for a moment and us do a quick stretch with me. Okay? Who stretched this AM already? Okay. All right, didn't stretch yesterday. See, that's why we're doing it. Let's go. So we're gonna reach for the sky first. Okay, just get a good old classic. Oh yeah, don't be shy. Yeah, get into it. Okay, because this is what we need. And then we're gonna do a quick little small circles. I know you gotta spread out a little bit. Want me to do a little small circles? Yup. Come on, like you mean it, like it was for one, like a talk show. Come on, let's go, game show. All right. And then we're gonna do some large ones in the reverse direction. Do some bigger ones in the reverse direction. Yes, get those shoulder blades moving. Okay. Now hands on the waist, and we're gonna bring it around town. Yes. The sitting disease is another thing that is ruining a lot of people who are eating well. They're not moving. They're not channeling that energy. They're not getting the blood flow. They're not getting the circulation. All right? Hands by your sides. Shake it out. And then you went into my next one. You went into my next one. She knows. We're going to do a little twist action. A little twist action. All right? You know my routine. I like it. Okay? That lower back, I know a lot of us feel it, and we just ignore it. We keep going. Okay? All right? And then, in general, you can always do a lot more. Okay? But, wherever you feel tense, wherever you feel the pain, I want you to just give yourself, that attention to where you might need it. Roll your neck, get the neck going properly, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that it's important to stay present and to not be tense. Okay? And you can take a seat after you do that little fire.
How good did that feel, right? And it's something we don't even do.
We don't do. Yes, I could get into some lunges. Yeah, I saw you. You were like, oh wait, no, I got a little lower. Okay? Just taking a deep breath sometimes tremendously enhances my energy. Okay? And I encourage you all to take advantage of your breath and your stretch. Okay? Now there's a breath pattern called fire breathing. There's lots of different counts and breath patterns, and I encourage everybody to learn about what we call breath work. Your body is alkaline, and the more oxygen we get in, it will change your mental health, it'll change your energy, it will add years onto your life. When you cut out mouth breathing completely, always use our full lung capacity and not what we call chest breathe, shallow breathing. Okay? Diaphragmatic breathing is the technical term for full breathing. And it's something you can always be working on. That's my favorite part about it. It doesn't matter where you are and what time of day it is, but you can work on that breath work, okay? So what is a fire breath? It's a little bit more intense pattern. It's a quick, intense in, out breath work. And I would like you guys to join me in a 60-second breath work pattern, just to get your first, if it's your first time, but make sure that you really feel what some of this is like. And these are some of the small energy tools that have really transformed my life, and all people that are really on a more spiritual, intentional journey. They get into breath work, they get into what we call shadow work, quieting the mind and just watching the thoughts, okay? Because when I mention how healing begins in the mind and your cells hear your thoughts, most people, majority of their thoughts, their inner thoughts, especially about themselves, they tend to be negative. They tend to be negative. We're our own worst critic, okay? And, worrying about things we can't control, criticizing ourselves, or worrying about things that have happened in the past or may never even happen in the future has become all too common in a very highly medicated, highly stressed society that we have today. And I would really encourage, if you want some strong takeaways, is to keep things like that on the front burner for yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. I remind myself all the time, look at how far you've actually come. We're here today, we're alive. So much to be grateful for. And again, mental health, it can really determine your entire health journey. If you're not disciplined with your mental health, it's hard to be disciplined with your physical and your nutritional health. So I really always like to stress that. Not to mention, you make yourself sicker the more you worry. Okay? It literally hurts us. Our cells hear those thoughts, all right, guys? So always set that intention and always take advantage of the fact that it's a choice which energy we're going to feed, the good or the bad. Choose wisely every day, right? You never really have to react, okay? So for our fire breath, I hope everybody has a good clear. I know the season changes upon us and not everybody will have a good clear nasal way. But if you are clear, and you can, it's going to be like a quick... That's the tempo for fire breath, okay? And we're gonna do just a 60-second count where we all experience as good as a deep and an in and out as you can do back to back. I want you guys to join me in a quick breath work session, and then we're gonna get into our official first segment of the day, okay? I hope you guys are excited. Let's go, all right? So ready? Everybody ready? Good, yeah, relax, straight back, right? I always like to remind posture, And it also really helps with your breath work when you have good posture. Okay, the lungs to flow, and you can feel the difference in your day again the more you do things like this. All right, so I'm checking the timer, and when I start, we're gonna do 60 seconds straight. All right, guys, of the
So
in
it's
out.
just the nose.
It's yes, pure nasal. Okay, and as deep as you can in and out in a quick rapid succession. Okay, guys, ready? 3, 2, 1. And breathe. That was intense.
Yo, I thought that was the only one. Yo, my back, I'm like, hold on, wait. Am I doing this wrong?
You see how much of an intense workout it can actually be. And
Gives energy too.
the energy that comes with it, the heat that can be channeled with it. This is how, in wild situations, meditators and you see people surviving certain terrains and conditions, it takes you to another place. Okay? There's a lot, when it comes to breath work and what's connected with it. And I just like to give little exposures to it so that way it can pique your interest and you can really see the benefits of diaphragmatic breathing and breath work long term. Okay? I love the fire breath. It's one of many patterns out there, guys. Okay? Good job. 60 seconds is an intense starter for someone who hasn't done that pattern before. I remember my first time, I was tired at like 30 seconds. I was like, oh, what's going on? What are we doing, okay? So, energy is so important. And there's so many ways to channel that energy. I know, we've all heard about grounding. We've all heard about somebody hugging trees before. But really make it a point. If you think you felt the breath work inside on a chair, sitting on the grass in the sun doing the breath work, oh my goodness, now we're talking. And there's things like orgone plates, like you see on the table behind me, and several other crystals, and several other tools. All, is this natural common denominator.
Show you one really quickly.
Yeah, please do. That you can use to enhance your connection, enhance your breath work. Yes. I love it, the resonance. You add in some sound work with your breath work, and you're cooking with gas now, okay? You're cooking with gas for real. So I really do love, it's amazing, it's divine. And to really go on this journey and to see what it's about, there's such ways of even writing on your water, speaking into your water to channel your energy. And I would love to see all of us writing and speaking into all of our tasks, projects, creations, including the meals that you cook on a daily basis. Okay, these are the things that really condition you beyond just, okay, I'm trying to eat a little bit better, And you wouldn't believe the benefits. This was tested, okay? The research behind this has won some of the highest awards of all time. That when you speak positivity and love and gratitude and peace and beautiful high vibrational energy to your water, when you write beautiful things on that water, it changes the chemical structure of that water. So when we channel that, us being 70% water, What do you think that's doing for us, right? So they tested the blood after drinking some water that was charged just by the human body and the thoughts and the energy. And when it was positive, it made you more electric, it increased your blood flow and circulation, and it helped the body mineralize much better. You absorb the nutrition from the foods that you were taking in that day on a higher level. Now, if that's what happened from 1 cup of water with energy put into it, what happens if we build on that energy day in and day out for the rest of our lives? And on the converse, what happens when we react negatively to situations and let people pull us out of our vibration, right? So the power of energy, I think, is probably one of the most underrated and underused tools, even for myself included, okay? Because of course, it's easier said than done, right? But when we're accountable, when we have those groups and those spaces to build in and network in and you know, other people that understand us, then it's a lot easier to change long term instead of just for a cleanse, which is nice too. That's nice too, okay? Your body is an intricate machine made up of several intricate systems all working together. And everything we do every day is either helping or hurting their ability to regenerate and prosper long term. So that's why I like to highlight the lesser used tools to get things going. Alkaline has many benefits. It is a lifestyle of the foods, lifestyle of our thoughts. We like to go to the bathroom regularly, unlike a lot of lifestyles where there's no emphasis on elimination of toxins. You have your digestive system, which is where all cleansing begins, because that's where our intake begins. Where does the digestion begin, guys? Where does it begin?
Chewing.
Excuse me?
Chewing.
Chewing. Mastication in the mouth. Digestion begins in the mouth. And if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, you can do several things to increase your digestion. You can chew properly, take smaller bites. You can have your fluids 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after meals. You can start your day building into your solids, having your tea, then your smoothie, then your solid fruit, then your cooked foods, your largest meal for lunch, whereas your dinners should be more focused on leafy greens with whatever you're cooking alongside with it, instead of a large grain portion. These are the things that allows your circadian rhythm, which is the biological clock of life, to function at an optimal level. We shouldn't be eating at 9, 10, 11, 12 at night, right, guys? And we should always start with our most electric and lightest tools to set the body off right, and not start off right into heavy foods, cooked foods, 6, 7 a.m., right? Rising and setting with the sun has changed a lot of lives, and it's what we originally come from. It's some of just many ancient healing tools. Our ancestors didn't even consider it a tool. They just considered what we do, right? So I encourage everybody to get back more in tune with your circadian rhythm and use alkaline on the truest levels. Don't just, focus on the foods. Make sure you hydrate properly throughout the day. Your body is most dehydrated when you get up in the AM, so 2 cups of key lime water to set the day off right with that pinch of sea salt like my brother does daily is a vital staple, right? And then that hot tea to break up that mucoid plaque, because your digestive system is weighted down. It's weighed down. The average person has 20, 30 pounds of waste in America lining their colon when they transition. And that's obviously a chronic condition that builds up over time. We're supposed to cleanse 3 to 4 times a year with the seasons change. So don't let our digestive system, the foundation of everything, become so toxified that we can't properly utilize these amazing alkaline rare tools, okay? Unfortunately, a lot of people, they'll never really know what this electric feeling we talk about feels like because they won't step into the true healing with raw cleansing. I'm very grateful for everybody who has learned alkaline cooked foods, but if we're using oil to eat every single day, there are still certain issues that we're always going to be faced with, okay? You have to experience those raw time frames. And shout out to anybody who jumps right into water fasting or juicing, some of the higher level raw, but it's very important to extend your length of time to really experience the benefits of alkaline fasting. So shout out to intermittent. It's very helpful to get people cleansing even with their current lifestyle. But when you can break into 14, 21, and 30 plus days raw, now you really, it's a whole different, you're not even the same person after certain experiences like that. I know, that's the common denominator for people that we've worked with. Okay, guys?
And, I can talk about the detoxes later and give them
Yes.
the detox that I do, which, they're interested.
Yes, absolutely.
Start their detox journey.
We have some really great guidance, because detoxing is a thing when you're doing it by yourself, man. Let me tell you, it can be much, much more challenging. So we have some divine guidance. So you're not just figuring out these experiences on your own, which is possible, but definitely the more challenging route to go and can sometimes be scary. You're like, wait a minute, what is this supposed to be happening right now? A lot of people turn back on day 3 because of what they start to release, the withdrawal symptoms they overcome or not overcome, and afterwards when they find out that's normal, they're like, oh man, I wish I would have kept going. That's the benefits of having a coach, having a community, having someone to guide you through that and lead you through your detox. Okay, so we have active detox guidance coaches, and we have courses for those who want to learn at their own pace and do things at their own pace as well too. All right, guys. We have a lot of tools in the community in general that I would love for everybody to continue to learn more about. But from this first segment, I think the most important takeaway that I would like everybody to have is that alkaline transcends the plate. It is an active part of everything that we do. And really, when I say alkaline, we really just mean, people, when they hear organic, they think of the 9 code on the food, right? But when, I was a little Padawan, when I was a young pup, organic just meant it came from the earth naturally, right? Before this big emphasis on food codes came into place. So really, that's all alkaline is really wants, the benefits of the system that we really want people to have. When we say alkaline lifestyle, we mean organic living, the organic family. Okay, because we're not even supposed to have quote unquote waste. Okay, where every part of us can be a productive element with our circadian relationship with the earth. Okay, because as you get deeper into the journey, you will see that's really what this whole thing is about. We're made up of the earth, and if we don't protect it, then it's definitely not going to protect us. Okay. So I encourage everybody, like I said, to definitely go in deeper and learn more about their alkaline tools. So we're going to break from our intro segment, and we're going to actually start to introduce you guys to some of the rare tools that we want to, experience today, as well as my brother Alkaline Vegano, who is another, like I said, amazing herbalist that I brought to share with you guys today for this event. We work with a wide range of things besides just teas, tinctures, tonics, capsules. There's also salves, okay, which is for your topical exposure. There's the eye drops, the stingless bee honey, which we're very excited to help more people learn about. And just more tools in general that you can use on a daily basis, even inside the kitchen, that I want people to always keep in mind, like your ginger cayenne key lime shots. And we talked about key lime water already. So we'll be slipping in tips and tricks that we want everybody to make sure and utilize consistently all throughout the day. And then of course, we do have some plates. I just want to talk about the menu a little bit so you know what we actually have for you. I cooked with love for you guys some great, fresh, divine alkaline foods. We have a quinoa base. Hi, my brother in the building. We have a quinoa base, and I'm gonna check. I'm not sure if it's hot yes. That's why we're gonna get into a couple of the rare tools for the next segment, and then we'll probably do a full break after that. Okay, but just to wet your whistle and get you ready, we have quinoa. We have an alkaline garlic stir fry. Garlic, yes, the alkaline garlic wild ramson, courtesy of Alkaline Vegano. He's a great source for some great alkaline spices and seasonings, and much, much, much more too, as we're about to talk about. But yes, I did a nice little stir fry that you guys are gonna like, as well as dandelion green arugula saute. Okay, so we have our little beef platter, quinoa plate, the saute, and then the candied yams, the sweetened butternut squash with caramelized onions. So you got a nice little combo plate, to enjoy your time here today with, as we talk about some of these great healing tools, okay? So keep in mind, I really, it's so important to do your own research. We touched on some very important topics already. Germ theory versus terrain theory is something everybody seriously needs to understand. Without the proper understanding of that, a couple billion people were able to be mentally forced into feeling like the best thing for them was to use an untested experimental inoculation. And if they had the proper understanding of germ theory versus terrain theory, I strongly believe that they would have known that natural immunity always wins, always has, and always will. And the truth has already come to light, okay? So really understanding these concepts on a high level and not letting them scare us, because you should never claim disease, okay? You are in a state of healing, if anything. Okay, you are not sick. You are not with a diagnosis. You are not, remember, healing begins in the mind, and that's where disease begins as well too. So make sure that we're, not letting our own mind work against us with a misunderstanding, because to this day, I'm like, every time I hear somebody say, oh, I got COVID again, and this, that, and the third, and I understand there was a heavy propaganda machine, a psychological operation, unlike anything we've probably ever seen in humanity before. So I don't, judge or blame anyone, because you can be inundated with lies, And I've seen multi-decade holistic veterans, cave due to the pressure and feel like they might need to go take a jab, okay? Now, it can happen to anyone. But when you do understand what your body is really capable of, I think it's clear that what they were saying never added up. The story constantly changed, and that always gives you reason to not rush into something that is, like I said already, experimental. Okay? So you can use this knowledge not just to empower yourself, but to empower your loved ones as well too. And if you guys need some, sources on any of, research related to these topics, please DM me. You guys, I'll maybe all follow, Alkaline Zen. If you don't, please do, just so I can hit you with more amazing information, okay? Because that's really all I use social media for. Connect with amazing information that changes lives, or just share amazing information that changes lives, all right? So, thank you guys again for coming out today. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to swing over to showing you guys some products over at our table setup over here, okay? How was that shot?
Great.
Good? Okay, cool. I hope everybody's feeling electric and alert today. Glad you guys came. All right. Yes, we have some more.
Maybe next time.
Yeah,
I know what you're doing now. We heard that. It's hold up. It sounds like it sounds like it's all a learning process. All that. I learned this just.
Have you done fasting?
Yeah, I've done it little by little. I ain't all the way, I'm trying to get there though, for sure.
What's the longest you have to do?
But like, straight fast,
Yeah.
well, shoot, I'm used to so, I've done 4 bars, it's nothing. Bars, like, I'm trying to go around 3 classes and stuff like that. Listen, like, when I go to watermelon, I'm not trying to utilize that. I just maybe go so much of it, going with that, like, I never get off of expensive.
The longest fast I've is 60 days. Yeah, but that was just like me trying to like see how long I can do it. But I'm gonna do I got a 30-day parasite cleanse. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a heavy one. I only got shit. I got some. I'm trying to load up. Like, I got some salt in the bread. I got some salt. soul part of me, so excited.